Okay, we are recording. Welcome everyone to this masterclass. Today we are going to be chatting all about dun, 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 how to master a millionaire mind without the hustle and grind. This is so near and dear to my heart because as an entrepreneur, and like I said already, you do not have to be an entrepreneur to get something out of this masterclass. But we are just always told that we have to go, hustle and grind, be in constant action to succeed and do more to achieve more. And I want to tell you that that is not true. I have actually now do so much less than I ever did before and have so much more than I ever did. And I had to hit a breaking point, which I will share with you in this masterclass. And I want to share with you everything that I know so you don't have to feel that way, and or if you do, help get you out. So let's get started. So who is this for? I want to be very clear. If this is not for you, that is totally cool. Feel free to exit from the masterclass and I will not be offended because I want to make sure to honor your time and make sure this is right for you. So this is for someone who is an entrepreneur and or a leader or someone interested in improving their self-development, their awareness, and their life. So you might be feeling like you are doing the do, but you are not getting the results. You feel like there is something more in life and you're missing that connection between all of your effort and you're not really seeing the results. So maybe there's this disconnect and you're looking for that missing link to help you do less and achieve more and or just make a bigger impact in the work that you're actually doing. Now, something else to note, you might also be caught in analysis paralysis where you're not actually doing the do because you are either caught in your own insecurities or caught in not sure in an uncertainty of what your next steps are. So if any of these sound like you, let me know. And I have a bunch of things listed. So pop in the chat box right now. Which one are you between 1 to 9? And let me know where you are here. Another big one, which I didn't mention yet, is money seems to be hard to make and you want to just make money easier. So money can be easy to make and we'll talk a lot more, but I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in this hour, but I want to put it out there right from the beginning. If you have any questions, please message me. I think that's on the next slide. Oh, after that, but just message me. I'll give you my Instagram. Message me. I will respond to you personally. And if we need to get on a one-on-one call, we can do that as well. So in today's workshop, we are going to be chatting about specific routines and strategies that you can implement in your life to get rid of the hustle and implement a millionaire mind. And I'm also going to teach you my 5-step framework to uncover your blind spots. This is huge. This is probably the most important thing we're going to cover in today's workshop, in my opinion, because I want to teach you different steps to uncover what the patterns that you might be stuck in that you don't know you're in that are actually keeping you small and keeping things hard, right? Because a lot of the time things are hard because of blind spots and patterns that we're stuck in. So we're going to uncover those. And then we're also going to create the link between how your millionaire mind and improving a millionaire mind will help you to actually expand your network, improve your relationships, your social life, your romantic life, and yourself and your business. And at the end, I have a special gift for you. All right, so my big promise for today is that I'm going to show you that life does not have to be so hard. You do not have to feel the way you currently feel right now. And I want to ask you, just a quick side note, how do you feel right now? Let's do a quick check-in because I remember just this simple question was a huge pivotal moment in my life. If you know the movie Inside Out, which is a Pixar cartoon, and they depict the mind as little bubbles. And all of the little marbles are different color based on how you feel. So they have sadness and happiness and anger, whatever. At the end of the day, when I saw this movie, I remember thinking, oh crap, most of my bubbles are blue. which is sad. And even though I was doing the do and on the outside I looked like I was a happy person, inside I really felt quite sad and unfulfilled. So I just want you to do a quick check-in. You can pop it in the chat box and let me know, how do you actually feel right now? Are you anxious? Are you depressed? Are you sad? Are you happy? Knowing this is going to really be a good starting point for you to build when I give you the rest of the tools. And I want you to really know that it is possible for you to have an amazing, social circle, for you to have amazing relationships, for you to create your dream life, for you to have a thriving business. You can have it all, but balance might look different at different points in your life. So we're going to talk about what that means and how to make sure that you're creating a life that actually fulfills you and helps you feel inner peace and joy and abundance all at the same time. So with ease, that's really important. All right, so quick housekeeping. I've already mentioned, if you are on live, you can comment below, ask questions as we go along. I will try to answer them during the workshop, but if I don't get to them, I'll answer them at the end. We'll have a Q&A for everyone who's here live. If you are watching this recording, feel free to message me. I'm still happy to answer any questions. And whether you're live or watching the recording, this is my Instagram. Go to my Instagram, DM me Millionaire. I'll know that you were on this workshop, and I am happy to answer any questions you have. And like I said already, if you want to get on a phone call, we can definitely chat so I can help give you your next best steps to help you get to your goals. So, and at the end, I'm obviously going to give you a gift for being here and listening. So thank you for all being here. I know this is going to be awesome. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I know that you might be feeling a little bit alone on your journey, whether it be from a business perspective or social perspective, because as we start evolving and adopting a millionaire mind and creating the life that we want, we tend to lose a lot of friends. And that's okay. I can do an entire workshop about that, but I want you to know that that's normal. You might be kind of confused of your next best step and where you should be going from here. You may not even know where you're going to and feel a little bit lost in the unknown. You might be kind of scared of your finances, whether or not you're going to be able to afford the life that you want and not really sure how to get there. You might actually be kind of in victim mode, feeling a little sorry for yourself. Maybe you've made some wrong decisions in the past and you might be really leaning into those. And we're going to help you today shift out of that so you can really step into the person that I know that you are. And also looking at your day-to-day, how you're showing up. You might be waking up with full of anxiety and overwhelm because of your long to-do list and all the things you have to do, right? You also might be doubting or feeling a little bit insecure that you may or may not be able to achieve your dream life and feeling a little defeated. So I say this because I want you to know that these are all normal and you can shift out of these feelings and emotions, but we are so much more alike than we are different. And you'll see even when I tell you a little bit more about my story. But hands up in the chat box if you're here live, if you can resonate with any of these feelings, because I've been able to resonate with all of them throughout my life. All right, so I need you to be very honest with yourself in this question. Living the life you are currently living, what is this actually costing you? So whether you feel anxious or alone or in this constant action and hustle and grind, ask yourself in each one of these areas of your life, what is it costing you financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to live how you're currently living right now? If your life were not going to change in the next 6 months or a year, would that be okay with you? And what is this actually costing you? Your health, your inner peace, your relationships, your success in your business, right? It is costing you something to stay where you are right now and not make shifts. So being aware of what that cost is, even if it's just an energetic cost, I don't want you to put yourself last and for you to deplete yourself because we're going to talk about this, but that's part of the trick that also keeps you in that hustle and grind. And so you might be thinking that your problem is your friends, your finances, your business, your clients, your confidence. And I want you to know that what you see in your life is a symptom of the real problem. And the real problem, trigger warning, is you. And I don't want to say that harsh or aggressive at all. And I don't want you to think, oh man, I'm screwed, because I'll show you a way that we can start to shift that. But our friends, our business, our relationships are a reflection of your thoughts, of your relationship with yourself, your patterns, your habits, and how you're actually showing up in the world. So we need to go right to this core. We need to start shifting the thoughts, the patterns, how you're showing up, so that we can shift your relationships, your wealth, your business, and yourself. Does that make sense? Everyone following? Are you with me? Okay. So I want you to quickly close your eyes. And I'm just going to trust that you're doing this because I can't see you. So close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to ask yourself and envision this and feel this. What does it feel like to have complete freedom in your life? Complete freedom, personally and professionally. Does that mean that you can travel wherever you want to go? That you never have to care about how much something costs or if you can do something because of the price? What does freedom mean to you? What does it feel like to live in your paradise? What does your paradise actually look like? And how does it feel for you to show up as your most vibrant, best self every single day? What does that feel like? What does that look like? And starting to get really clear about what this dream feels like and looks like for you. And what does it feel like as you're living as your highest self to not be impacted and emotionally affected by what's going on around you? Whether it be your family, your friends, or the world, for you to just stay in this like vibrant, open, loving, radiant place. To truly be that lighthouse on this earth that shines so bright and is not affected by the things around you. And how does it feel to have a thriving relationship with yourself and your family and your friends and everybody you interact with? Because your life can be so much greater than you can even imagine right now. And I want you to know that that's possible for you. So I want you to take a deep breath and just take that all in. And if you want to continue this exercise after this masterclass, go for it, because it is super fun to just marinate in that paradise and that amazingness that you see for yourself and feel for yourself. Because knowing the possibility and this vision is so critical in making life easier for you, because you need to connect to this feeling every day, whether it be in the morning or in the evening. This is a great little side trick, a great routine to implement into your day to just feel what it feels like and connect to that freedom and paradise that you see for yourself. So before we get into it, I'm not going to spend a long time here. If you do not know who I am, my name is Vanessa Ortali. I'm a life and business coach and speaker. I work with entrepreneurs and corporations, celebrities, athletes, and what I really focus on is how to help them create success while still feeling at peace, completely aligned with themselves and their values, and really just creating wealth and abundance with ease and not having to give into the let's get up at 5 a.m. and all of the rules that we've created in this life, because you get to create your own rules and you can have it all while feeling really great. But have it all might look different when you tune into what all means to you, because so often all is what we've been told by everybody else. And we're going to get into that. All right, just quickly, a little bit about my story. If you follow me on social media, you might see a little bit of this, but I need you to know that I too have felt super alone. I have cried myself to sleep because I was single, didn't have any friends because all my friends were married and with children, and I just didn't resonate with them anymore. I have been severely depressed when my mother died when I was 18. And when I also hit a low moment in my business, when I was working so hard and yet was not making any money and didn't know how I was going to buy food and didn't know how I was going to pay my mortgage. And that was a lot of stress that I just didn't know how I was going to get out. I felt so lost and unclear. I just didn't know what my next step was, and I didn't know how to change. I would literally wake up every day with so much anxiety and overwhelm, thinking, how did I get here? So I would feel like crap about myself and feel really guilty that I let myself get there. And I just didn't know my next steps. And I was always wondering what I needed to do to be successful. So I was in this constant rat race of go, 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 and having to do things to change. And I didn't need to do things to change. I needed to be someone different to see the change in my life. And we're going to go through all of those steps today so that you can really step into that ease and realize that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything to change. You need to be something to change. So what I did to change was I found the right support. I hired coaches myself to really point out my blind spots because I was reading all the books. I had all the self-help books. I knew everything. And at this point, I was already a certified coach and working and training other people. But there was a gap between what I knew and who I was being and showing up as. So I made sure I had the right support to point out those blind spots and say, right there, when you just did that, that's not who you are. And that doesn't enforce the truth that you want to create in your life. I also spent, this is excessive, I don't expect you to do this, but I literally spent 2 to 4 hours a day, 2 to 4 hours a day in meditation and journaling and reflection so that I could figure out tools and techniques that worked for me. And I'm so happy I did, because now I can share them with you so that you don't have to spend 2 to 4 hours a day in meditation and reflection and all that jazz. So what I call that stage in my life was training for the mental Olympics, because I took my training super seriously. And although I don't train for as long now, I still train daily for my mental Olympics, because what goes on up here and who I show up as has a direct reflection of what I see in my life. And you'll see that today. Alrighty, so let's get right in and give you all the tools you need to know. So master a millionaire mind without the hustle and grind. Let us manifest your dream life by doing less and achieving more. Everybody in for that? Say yes in the chat box if you're there. Yes, Vanessa, right? Okay, let's go. So I need you to first ask yourself, are you currently stuck in the hustle and grind? Are you aware that you are even stuck in the hustle and grind and what this might look like in your life? That you're always wanting to wake up earlier. You get really upset and annoyed with yourself when you don't follow your morning routines and all of the plans that you had scheduled for yourself. You are always trying to be more productive. You're always trying to figure out, what do I need to do next to be successful? And really you're caught in this like action, go, 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 doing momentum. And you're in constant motion, constant busyness, constant stimulation. An alternative to this, like I said, is that you may also be stuck in this analysis paralysis where you do nothing and you just want to sleep because you don't know what to do. And this is still just being caught in the action and hustle and grind because you believe you have to do, and then your bodily reaction is doing nothing. So both are actually the same of being caught in action, but the symptom and how that manifests in your life looks different. One is over stimulation and over movement, right? That doesn't even make sense, but you get it. Over action. And the other is just a lack of action because you're just overstimulated externally that you just freeze, right? So let me know if that resonates with you. And if you are stuck in the hustle and grind, and or maybe you're not, and you just want to continue to dive deeper and really discover those blind spots that are holding you back. We're going to do all of that. All right. So in order to get out of the hustle and grind story, we have to acknowledge that it is a story. And what does that mean? It means that that is something that we have been told our entire lives that we need to do and be in order to succeed. This is also linked to when were you first told that your worth was based on your achievements? So often our confidence comes from our worth being linked to our achievements, our skills, and our looks. And when all those are gone, we're left with no worth and no confidence. So when were you told that your worth was based on what you achieved and what you did? When did you start believing that you needed to work and life needed to be hard and you had to work for money, and money, you had to save money and money was really hard to make? When did you believe that you needed to fix and solve everything to figure out the world? And when did you, most importantly, stop making yourself a priority and focus solely on your achievements? Because it's when you forgot about yourself that you made life hard. And this last part really connected with me when I made this change. You know how everyone always says, oh, are you worthy? Well, yeah. When some people would ask me that, I said, well, hell yeah, of course I'm worthy. I'm worthy of this. I'm worthy of that. But I wasn't really understanding. And let me explain. When did you tell yourself you were not enough? And what this symptom might be is you feel like you have to do something, create something in order to be enough. You are enough regardless of what you do. Who are you doing it for, and why are you actually doing this? Stop getting caught in the story. But I want you to know that this being caught in the story is not your fault, because again, we're fed this narrative over and over. And we've also had many past traumas and experiences that continue to justify that story to be real. And when we have adopted and accepted a story to be real, we replay that story over and over. So what we're going to talk about today is actually how to change that story so you can actually start changing the narrative in your life and rewire that in your brain. Now, I must note here, because this is how we're really going to discover your blind spots, is this is not the only story that you're currently caught in, okay? You are caught in so many stories, and here we go. Have you ever caught yourself saying any of these things? All men and women are blah, blah, blah. Oh, this always happens to me. Just my luck. I'm not good at this. Or every time I speak to this person, it is like blah, blah, blah. And this was wrong of them to do. And I should have done this, or they should have done that. And I just know that this is what I'm supposed to be and who I'm supposed to be. These are all stories. And every day when you reinforce these stories, you reinforce the patterns and blind spots that you're currently living in. So let's start to shift these. So we create stories. You have to realize that, again, this is not your fault. I don't want you to feel guilty about this at all. It's just human behavior. With all of these stories that we've created in our lives, we create these stories because of past experiences, because of what we've been told, and it then becomes a safety and protection, right? So if we have an experience, we bank it in our mind and then say to ourselves, okay, now we know for next time, because we think that it's going to keep us safe in the future. We are no longer living in those prehistoric times, and this is just an illusion of safety. So being aware of the illusion of safety that we've created for ourselves allows us to shift that safety bubble so that we don't stay small and stay in this little cocoon that we've built for ourselves, because we don't have to be in that fight or flight response anymore. This is also linked to many of our core fears as humans, because let's give an example that, someone doesn't message you back, your friend doesn't message you back. And then you start creating a story like, oh, I wonder what they're doing. And maybe they're with other people. And the way we get to our core fears is to continue asking yourself, so what? Okay, well, so what if they're with other people? So what if they didn't message you back? Well, if they're with other people, then maybe they like those people better. And so what? Well, if they like those people better, then maybe they don't like me anymore. Well, so what? Well, if they don't like me anymore, then maybe other people don't like me. And then maybe no one likes me and I'm going to be alone forever and I'm never going to have any friends. And then I'm never going to find someone who loves me and I'm going to be alone. Right? Do you see how we've created this whole story as a safety in our mind, but we don't always connect it to our core fear? So our reaction is based on our friend or someone not messaging us back, but really it's linked to the core fear. So we have to rewire and soothe the core fear in order to see a change in our behaviors and patterns. This is so important because these core fears also link to our triggers and our emotions when things happen in the world. And that's why so often people actually confuse their fear for intuition. And what does that mean? I see this all the time with my clients when people will say, oh, this doesn't feel right, or I don't know that I want to do that. And so often the it doesn't feel right is actually linked to your core fear and not your intuition. So I really want you to question all of the stories, all of your reactions, all of your emotions, and even your intuition, because that's how we're going to start to discover the blind spots and patterns that you're currently living in. And Joe Dispenza, he's one of my favorites. He talks about this all the time. He says 95% of who we are by the time we are 35 is a memorized set of behaviors, emotions, habits, attitudes, and beliefs, right? So we're essentially functioning like a computer program and just going through the motions. So what we need to now do is stop the computer program, download a new program, and start living in that program. So we need to create that little download, or else we are in constant motion and we have actually lost our free will, because your body is going to start kicking in the old patterns and habits. So even though I know you want change, your body doesn't. So we have to create that change and create different routines and awarenesses, where I make up words all the time, in order to actually change in our lives. So the old way of hustle and grind is, okay, well, just create better routines and have an accountability partner and go to therapy so you understand why, and create this hype and motivation and read the books and get up earlier and be more productive. It's a lot in the go, go, go and this motion, right? And my father used to train people on Wall Street and Bay Street, and he would send these sales guys to conferences where it would really hype them up, like, you got this, go, go, go. And that was very temporary. They'd be hyped up for a week and then downhill from there. The only way to really change these patterns is to connect to the core fear, be super relentless with your mental Olympics training, pay attention to your thoughts, and really start connecting the dots of who you are and who you need to be in the process. And I'm going to show you how. So if we look at this case study with Jessica, so Jessica's a client of mine. Before we started working together, and even when she came to me, she thought, okay, what do I need to do to achieve more? I have these debts. I need to make more money. What do I have to do? And we actually are now doing less. And she hit her first 5K month with me and has been consistently hitting 5K months and was able to pay off a 60K loan by doing less, right? Which is amazing, because now we aligned her back to her values and we allowed her to make a greater impact by being true to who she is, because now she shows up completely different. We also here have, so here's a summary of this first step to start the shift of your stories, take a picture of this, make notes. You have to start paying attention to all of the stories and opinions you have on a daily basis. I need you to question everything. When you think something, when you have an emotion, ask yourself, why do I think this? Where did this come from? Is this who I want to be? Is this my truth? Is this what I want to create in my life? And really make consistent actions, and action is not the right word, but make consistent progress into intentionally creating the life that you want to live. Letting go of all those past stories, because if you're living in your past, you're never going to create a different future. Now, this is really, really important and also triggers some people. When I started entering into my mental Olympics, I stopped connecting with a lot of my friends about specific topics, including my career and my love life, because oftentimes when you vent and you talk to your friends, they may continue to enforce your past patterns and beliefs. So if you are having trouble dating and they say, well, they don't deserve you, just get rid of them. Do you understand how you venting, they're telling you what they think you want to hear, which is enforcing the patterns. Stop turning to your friends and start turning inwards and really asking yourself those tough questions. How am I showing up? Why do I believe this? Is this what I want to create? Don't look for validation from your external environment, whether it be your friends and your family. Validate from within. And I say validation intentionally because this is going to come up when I give you my 5 steps to start shifting and rewiring your brain. So let's do a quick assessment as we move into this next section to start shifting the different areas of your life. If your ideal network, social life is a 10, where are you now? Pop it in the chat box, okay? Where are you now? Your ideal network and social life is a 10. What number are you now? Your ideal relationship and love life is a 10. Where are you now? Pop it in the chat box. Your ideal self is a 10. Where are you now? There's no wrong answer. You can be a 1. I don't care. We just need to know where you are. Your ideal business or career is a 10. Where are you now? Pop them all in. Let's see those numbers. Okay, popping them in. Great, awesome. So write it down so that we know. And here's the thing, we don't need to get you to a 10 overnight. We just need to create the strategy to get you one step up. So if you're at a 3 now, let's get you to a 4. If you're at a 7, let's get you to an 8. But we really want to look at your whole life as a whole so that we can start moving it forward together. Now, this comes back to the thought that we have talked about already. Your thoughts have created the life that you see. Now, I don't want you to feel bad about that because this is now a benchmark. When we just did that assessment, if you're at a 2, a 3, a 4, that's great. This is feedback for us to take in order to say, okay, great, I'm at a 4, which means I got some work to do, right? So this is where we can start to really understand that your life is a reflection of your thoughts. It's a reflection of who you are. And it's a reflection of the validation that you've been recreating and habits that you've been creating over time. Okay? This I kind of just mentioned. I don't want you to feel like it's your fault. And that's the problem with manifestation is we always think, oh, how did I create this? And why did I create this? No, let's flip that. And let's just ask ourselves, great, this is just feedback. This is an indicator. This is a benchmark of where I'm at right now. Now I see where I want to go. So what brought you to where you are right now is not going to be the same tools, the same techniques, and the same person that's going to bring you to the next level. So be so grateful for everything that brought you to that 4, that 5, that 6, that 7, that 8. And now we just know, great, we're at an 8. We need to start making some more tweaks to our thoughts and who we show up as in order to get to a 10. It's exciting. Don't feel guilty. No judgment here, because it is in that judgment is a pattern. That's a blind spot that we need to shift to get you to the next level. Now, you can also start to see some blind spots in these scenarios. This is where the mental Olympics and hyper awareness is going to come into play, because you need to start to be really, really diligent at looking at your emotions and your reactions. Your emotions and reactions are an indicator of your thoughts. So how do you feel when you get a bill in the mail? How do you feel when you pay rent and then you look at your bank account and think, oh crap, I don't really have much more money left in my account? How do you feel when someone doesn't text you back or your date doesn't show up? How do you feel when your friend or your partner is being a little bit cold or silent or distant with you, right? How does it feel when you look in the mirror every morning, or when you get dressed and you notice after COVID, your clothes are a little tight? All of these emotions are a sign, an indicator of your blind spots, okay? You can start to discover and uncover your blind spots by creating all these different scenarios and really asking yourself, what happens? What goes through my mind in these moments? This is so important. Pay attention to your emotions and your triggers. They are an indicator of your thoughts and your blind spots that are keeping you small, that are preventing you from creating that social life and those relationships and the businesses with ease. It all starts here. Because you start shifting this, everything becomes easier. You think your problem is that you don't have enough money or things are too expensive, right? These are the things we tell ourselves. They're lies. It's not that you don't have enough money and things are too expensive. My grandmother says expenses, expensive, or you don't have enough time, or that your parents screwed you up, or that your coach isn't good enough. These are all lies and stories that we tell ourselves. That's our perception. The truth is we need to start shifting our thoughts, and then everything else changes. So take a look at Victoria, for example. When she came to me for business coaching, she says, oh, I just need, this is another thing. But she came to me for business coaching and then was telling me her friends were crap, her clients were crap. All of these things were not working for her. And really, when we looked at her blind spots, she didn't even realize who she was showing up as. She was in consistent victim mode. Everything else was happening to her. It was never her or what she was bringing to the table, because everything that she saw, she interpreted as fact. Oh, that person's acting this way and they shouldn't be doing this. And this person shouldn't be doing that. And she didn't even realize what the energy and the person she was bringing to the table. And I hate even saying energy, because this is not woo-woo. This is not like all law of attraction stuff. This is just you realizing what you're creating in your life, because she was in constant victim mode. And making her more aware of who she was bringing and the story she was living in changed everything. She was making no money and getting no clients. And then she was able to create better relationships, create better friendships, and create a thriving business because she was no longer in victim mode. We live here and we don't even know it. Okay, so the solution starts, everything's tying together, and I've been saying these things over and over, is we need to increase our awareness. These are our blind spots. We need to question everything. We need to start shifting our thoughts, our emotions, our triggers. You need to start feeling good, finding that joy, finding that alignment, creating your paradise, and creating the space and effective routines. And I even use the word routines loosely. I'll tell you why later. But we need to support you feeling good and creating ease, right? And that's why routines I hate using, because they can be so full of force and resistance and manipulation, and they don't need to be that way. We can create space while creating routines. So here's my 5-minute trigger strategy. These are my 5 steps to rewiring your brain, changing your triggers, and really starting to evolve those blind spots in your life. So when you notice you've been triggered, follow these 5 things. Number 1, increase your awareness, right? You're aware that you've been triggered. Awesome, check. I don't care if you are aware that you've been triggered when it just happened or even 10 hours later. Whenever you have the awareness, follow the next steps. Even if you don't have time in the moment, you can also follow these 5 steps later in the evening when you reflect on your day. So number 1, you're aware of the emotion. If you want to increase your awareness of your emotions, your triggers, your blind spots in your life, set your alarm to go off every hour. When this alarm goes off, ask yourself, how am I feeling? What was I just thinking? How am I feeling in my head, my body? What's going on here? Just check in. How am I feeling? What was I just thinking? 2 questions. The next step after you've become aware of a trigger or emotion, just breathe. When you have a trigger, it's often linked to core wounds and experiences that we've had in the past. This is actually causing a chemical reaction in your body. This chemical reaction lasts about 90 seconds. So breathe through the 90 seconds and realize that your body's having a reaction. It's not all you. Number 3, listen. Listen to your body. Listen to what's going through your head. What am I saying? What was I just saying to myself? Where am I feeling this in my body? Number 4 is I want you to validate. Here comes the validation. Stop looking for validation in others and validate yourself. That might sound like, I get it. I get why you feel this way. And number 4, this is powerful. This is where we start to be able to become our own best friend. We get to reparent ourselves regardless of what our parents were like. And you get to start talking to yourself like you want your best friend to talk to you. I get it. It's all good. We got this. We're going to continue to show up and it doesn't matter, right? You have a little pep talk. You become your own biggest cheerleader. When is the last time you actually spoke to yourself, right? No one is ever going to treat you worse than you treat yourself. So start treating yourself better. So let's quickly recap. So you're aware of a trigger. Number 1, you breathe, deep breaths. You listen to your thoughts in your body. You validate yourself. You say, I get it. I get you. I get why you feel this way. It's okay. Stop the war. You don't have to change it right away. Just hear yourself. It's like a parent that says, oh, I'm so sorry that you're hurt. I understand why you're crying. That looked like it hurt versus stop crying. You know better. You're always crying. Which one are you, right? And step 5, soothe yourself. Start being your own best cheerleader and talk to yourself the way you'd want an amazing partner or amazing best friend to speak to you. 5 steps. Now, if you do not follow these 5 steps, here's what you're doing in the process. If you're not aware of the stories and thoughts and triggers, you're stuck in old patterns versus rewiring your brain. If you don't breathe, you start to believe that your emotions and that chemical reaction are who you are, and you just go down the rabbit hole of, oh my God, I'm feeling this way, and it just gets more and more prolonged. So after the 90 seconds, everything after that 90 seconds is all you. If you don't listen to what's going on in your brain and in your body, it starts to take over you. And you start to believe that all of those thoughts that you've been told from other people are real, and it starts to become your narrative. If you don't validate yourself, you start looking for validation in others, and you need it in your friends and in your romantic life. And you start making yourself whole and complete through other people. And if you don't soothe yourself, you lose all trust with yourself, that you no longer trust yourself. And that shows up in lack of productivity, wanting to do things and never following through, and or wanting to do things for the wrong reasons. You lose all connection with yourself and the world around you, and you're in that hamster wheel that you just need to jump out of, okay? So I wanted to highlight the HeartMath Institute, and they go into so much of this research. I was certified by the HeartMath Institute in California, and we used to train on first responders, right? So that would be police officers and firefighters and people who were in the army. And we would help them reach peak performance and peak cognitive function, regardless of what was going on around them. So what we're talking about today, it's not frou-frou, it's not all woo-woo, because you have to be at your best in peak performance, regardless of what's happening around you, so that even when they were in the army and they saw someone get shot, they were able to respond effectively. So if you're stuck in these emotions and triggers and they consume you, you lose all cognitive function. You fall right back into old patterns and habits, right? And so we know this, but we don't realize it in the moment. So when we're having negative thoughts and negative emotions, it completely disrupts our cognitive function. And if we don't breathe through it and continue to create new patterns, then we just lose it, right? We get lost in our past and we reinforce the patterns that are no longer working for us. So again, more evidence, once you start to change your thoughts, you change your life. This is where I bring in the concept of the millionaire mind, because I truly believe that your ability to create a millionaire mind, regardless of what's going on around you, is your key to success. When I had no money, when I was living in depression, I still was so committed to my mental Olympics that I believe it was in those moments that I created the life I'm living right now. What you're living in right now, you created months ago. And what you are creating right now, you will experience in weeks and months from now. So be so intentional about what you're creating right now and the life that you're creating. I truly want you to connect to this $1 million life personally and professionally. And if $1 million triggers you, use a different word. I don't care. But connect to that truth of who you are, regardless of what's going on around you, so that you can create your dream life. And this is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it is so true. You do not need, if you are on this webinar, I know that you are bringing in a ton of information. You do not need another self-help book. I know you've read them all. And you don't need to be more productive. You don't need a new business strategy. You don't need more routines. That is not the answer. The answer is to connect what you know and who you are. Finding those blind spots that are inconsistent with the life that you want to create and start to shift them one day at a time. If we look at Mary here, she was so funny. And she thought her business was in the perfect execution. Vanessa, teach me the marketing tools, the sales tools, and all of that. And while all those tools are important, sure, I know all those tools. She didn't even think she had any mental blocks. And as we started to talk about all the strategies, she couldn't implement them because she had so many mental blocks that she was unaware of. And once we really started uncovering the mental blocks and shifting her into a millionaire mindset, that's when the strategy matters, because that's when she could actually execute and just make an even larger impact. And just, it was extraordinary what she was able to create once she was able to get out of that action mode. She was able to do less and achieve more. And she was able to create the relationship with her partner and her son and her business. And it was just so beautiful to watch. And you might be here because I've known so many clients who think, I just need that new strategy. That's the answer. But it isn't the answer if you're caught in the hustle and grind. Can you relate to all of this? Is this resonating with you? I see the chat box lighting up and that makes me so happy. So flipping the script, this is just a summary of everything that we've been talking about. If you were to take everything that you tell yourself on a daily basis and write it out in a script, and you got that printout of that script every day, what would that script look like? Chances are you'd be kind of disgusted. How are you talking to yourself? It is remarkable. Do you talk to yourself the way that you talk to your pet, right? What do you actually say to yourself on a daily basis? I want you to get to the point where if you were to print off that script every day, you would be so proud. You'd pin it on the fridge. Look at all this stuff I said to myself today. Guys, if you were in my mind right now, I am the biggest nerd. I literally tell myself every day, even when I put this shirt on today, it's gold. I don't know if you can tell in the video. I go, I'm putting the shirt on because it's gold, like a star, because I'm a star. Guys, I really said this to myself today, but who cares? Start building yourself up. Start being your best friend. It is awesome. I love it. And I have things all over my house just telling me how amazing I am, because there are many moments when I don't feel amazing and I doubt myself. And so those things are going to happen regardless, right? We all have doubt. We all have insecurities. But what about when we don't? Are you just living in this plateau where you just are going about your day and then you have a low moment, or are you really building yourself up? So when you have a low moment, it doesn't impact you as quickly and it doesn't last for as long and it doesn't impact you as hard, right? Really reflect here and be really honest with yourself. And the great news is, by you being on this masterclass today and you realizing, shit, Vanessa, you're right, I need to change. It's amazing, because today is your easiest day of change. The longer you stay in these patterns, the harder it is to change. That's why our parents, our grandparents, the older we get, the harder it is to change, because we've just been living in the patterns for so long. And I see it in my clients. My younger clients, sometimes they shift patterns like this. And my older clients, it takes them a lot longer to shift out of patterns because they've been living in this truth that it is real, right? So we just have to switch it. Now is your day. Now is the time. Even Michael Jordan, right? He attributes so much of his success to his mindset. Other people would say, well, yeah, sure, he had the best shoes, he had the best coaches, he had the best work ethic. It wasn't all that, because what happened when he lost all those games, when he lost all those shots? He was trusted to make the game-winning shot 26 times and missed. It's what happens in the downfall that creates the person that you are. So I don't care where you are right now. I don't care what you've been through. It makes you who you are. And once you start to shift this, it changes everything. Your relationships, your business, your bank account, right? The opportunities that come to you. This is where the ease starts. The ease starts with you. And some added benefits of this ease and starting to shift your thoughts in your mind is that you get better sleep, you start to be a happier person, right? Things come to you, you don't have to go for them, you follow the inspiration, you do a lot less, you achieve more, you even lose weight because your body is just working so much better with less stress and less resistance. These all sound good, no? So this analogy just makes me so happy, because we are all a seed that gets planted in a container, and we decide how big that container is. If you were to plant an oak tree in a small container, it would only grow like beep, right? What size container have you planted your seed in? And then the soil becomes the nourishment, the water, the sun. That's all your thoughts. That's all the emotions. That's what you feed it every day. So your little plant, really look at, have you put yourself in this small container and you're just not able to grow? Are you keeping yourself small? And what are you nourishing yourself with every day to help you grow into the most amazing plant that you are? It's like a fish too. You know how there's fish? You can even put a shark in a small fish tank and it will never grow, when a shark is meant to be meters and meters long when put into the ocean. Take yourself out of that small container, put yourself in the big world, right? Go do it so you can grow. I can't even see you. And I hope you can feel that I believe so strongly. I can see your light and I know how big you can be. And you are just getting in your own way. So stop it right now. Even these two plants I have on my property. So if you ever come over, this is what they are. You can see them for yourself. I got them at the exact same time. I planted them at the exact same time. The plant on your left is in a smaller container, doesn't get as much sun. It is, half the size you can see here as the one that gets more sun and is in the bigger container. They started out the same size, and the one is double, even 10 times the size. So my promise to you today, and I want you to really reflect on, what are you taking away from this session? My promise to you today was that I would show you that there is another way and that life can be easier. And I would give you tools and techniques to get there. And for you to believe that you can have amazing relationships and amazing business and a wonderful life and feel like your most vibrant, best self. We talked about daily strategies to break that hustle and grind, for you to continue to question every story and belief that you had. We talked about simple routines and questions to ask yourself to uncover your blind spots and the patterns that are keeping you small. We went through my 5-step framework to shift your thoughts when you are triggered and when you feel those emotions come up in your life. And then we also connected how your millionaire mind is going to directly impact your bank account, your network, your relationships, your confidence, and your business. And so now you have a choice. Are you going to DIY all of those techniques that I showed you and be really real with yourself, or do you need extra support? Do you want to link arms with a community and with people that want similar things as you, that want to take it to the next level, and that are going to help keep you accountable to your dreams and your beliefs? And they're going to help you commit to your mental Olympics so that you can also continue to discover your blind spots. So if you choose option B, I have a present for you and a gift for you, because I have taken all of your questions about manifestation and goal setting and focusing and networking and relationships and self-development, and I've created a step-by-step guide for you to develop a millionaire mind, to scale your business, increase your income, expand your network, build your confidence with ease and flow. And what this is called, I'm so proud, it's called Launch Your Power, because I know that you have so much within you. So I've broken down my exact processes of how I got out of my depression and how I built a multiple 6-figure business and made 6 figures in 6 months and created my dream relationships, romantic and platonic, and now live in my dream home. And so I've broken it down into 5 modules in which you have workbooks, guided meditations, journal prompts, small short videos, and live group calls to help guide you through all those modules. So I've broken it down, like I said, into 5 modules. The first module is goal setting. We're going to go through everything that's holding you back, the strategy and the techniques to do the right things in the right order. And then we're also going to help you to build a strategy to get to your goals. Then in module 2, it's all about network, social life. We're going to talk building your social life that you want, finding mentors and the right supports you need, and then expanding your tribe and finding the right people that you want to surround yourself with. Then we go, module 3 is all about romantic relationships and romance. So we're going to chat about how you can show up as your best self in every relationship, how you can learn from your current relationship and all of your past relationships so you can to become your best self and step into that millionaire mind. We're going to talk about how you can manifest your most amazing relationship, whether you're in it right now and or you want to shift your relationship that you're in, or if you're single and you want to manifest an amazing relationship. And then we're going to create more meaningful, purposeful, romantic relationships in your life. Module 4 is all about self. So we're going to dive even deeper into uncovering your blind spots, getting you to your most confident, vibrant, peaceful self. And then we're going to help you to effectively, deeper manage your emotions, your stress, your anxiety, depression, overwhelm. And then we're also going to design your custom routines, and I call it an alignment list, but we're going to create your ideal routines to help you stay into alignment so you can achieve success every day without having to wake up at 3 a.m. Then in module 5, this is super fun because I'm really passionate about how we can bring this millionaire mindset and implement it into our business, because so often we feel all good and peaceful and then we start working and we get back into the hustle and grind. So how do we keep that same energy, right? Anybody else feel that way? How can we keep the same energy of being at peace and feeling at ease even in our business, so that we create more money easily, we can have better clients, we can be more productive and implement our business strategy while still feeling at ease, we can step up as a better leader, and 2, master our money mindset, and then increase our sales, our community, and our connections so that we can scale our business and our career. Make sense? Yeah. Any questions? So with all of these modules, you can see here. So I broke out all 5 modules so you can see. In the future, I may just sell each module individually, but I packaged it all for you because I've already built it and I just love it and want more people to have it, especially because I go through all these things with my one-on-one clients and I just want more people to have it. And realistically, I want to also give it to you cheaper than my one-on-one because I know a lot of people can't afford one-on-one coaching. So I want to give you another option. So obviously the value here, if I were to separate them all out, is $5,000, but I'm not going to give it to you for $5,000. But if you go, you can grab your spot now, launchyourpower.com. Wait 1 second though, because I have a gift for you for being here. So right now in this launch, I'm going to include 5 additional things on top of the course. So I'm going to give you 1-year VIP membership, which means you get over 100 different recordings and different trainings of my sales processes, different interviews with experts and professionals. You're going to get 4 months of live group coaching where I'm going to walk you through each module. I'm also going to give you extra training on my social media, my sales process. I love sales, and my routines, and then my 7-figure blueprint to scale your business. I also am going to give you 100% money back guarantee. So if you don't like this little Launch Your Power course, I will give you all your money back because I don't want to take your money. I truly just want you to succeed. And I'll also give you lifetime access. So as I add more things to the course and or add different videos, you get it all for as long as it exists. Now, for being on this masterclass right now, I'm going to give you $500 off. So this will be the cheapest it'll ever be. Use promo code masterclass. You'll get $500 off the entire program. So go to launchyourpower.com/online-course. Claim your $500 off with promo code masterclass. Now, here's everything there. So you have all 5 modules: goals, networking, relationships, self, business, the VIP membership, the live group coaching, the Steal My Processes, 100% money back guarantee, and lifetime access. I can't even talk that fast. So the whole value is about $15,000, which is up around the price point of my one-on-one coaching. So I want you to know how much of a discount I'm giving you. So it is obviously, I'm not charging you $15,000 because I'm very generous and I know these are amazing tools and techniques because I've lived them, my clients live them, and I want you to have them. So the full price of the program is $14.97. You can do it in one payment or you can do installments, but I've also given you $400 off. So you get all that stuff I just told you, everything I teach in my one-on-one courses and my one-on-one coaching, which is a $15,000 value. I'm giving it to you for $997. Now you can, so go to launchyourpower.com/online-course, claim your spot now. There's limited spots available because it is a live launch. Now, you can also do installments, which mean you do 2 installments for $550. So you can get started right now for only $550. You can print off your first workbook, go through the module, and then we start live calls September 2nd. So we do September, October, November, December, and then new you, new year. So go to launchyourpower.com/online-course, claim your spot now. Honestly, no brainer, 100% money back guarantee if you don't like it. I just want you to succeed. No catches. I know it's a no-brainer, but I know you're going to love it. And I can't wait to go through this program with all of you. We already have over 30 people going through, so it'll be so fun. So there you go. We have everything here. Just to recap, we have your goals, networking, relationships, self, and business. We're going to transform your whole life. Then I'm going to give you a 1-year VIP membership, live group coaching, Steal My Processes for your business and your career, 100% money back guarantee, and lifetime access, right? No brainer. So take a look at Sarah. Sarah's amazing. And before we were working together, she honestly couldn't sell anything. She was doing all the do's. She thought she was doing all the right things, and she knew she was ready for massive growth, but just couldn't couldn't get there. In 7 days, discovering her blind spots, she was able to sign 4 clients and already do less and be more. The first week working together, she goes, I can't believe, I feel like I've done like nothing this week and I've already sold 4 clients just making small shifts. So I need you to know that your success is potentially only small shifts away. And I just am so thrilled. I want you to have the life of your dreams. And I know in my face right now, you can see this. I just get so excited. And I just live for when my clients and everyone tells me, like, I'm so happy you changed my life. And that just means the world to me because I know I changed my own first. And now I can share with you how to do it. So it just means so much to me because if you knew me like 10 years ago, I'm doing this course for the person I was because I know I needed this. And so I hope this will help you too. All right, so go to launchyourpower.com/online-course, grab your spot, and I cannot wait to start with you September 2nd. So here are all the dates. You're going to get immediate access with this course. Use the promo code MASTERCLASS. This is our call schedule: September 2nd, September 23rd, October 21st, November 18th, December 16th. If you cannot make the calls, they will be recorded. You'll get access to all of them. We have a private Facebook group. You can send me any questions to launchyourpower@gmail.com. But please, if you have any questions about this and you want to know if this is right for you, DM me Millionaire on my Instagram. My Instagram is I am Vanessa O. Let me know. I will respond to you personally. And if we need to hop on a one-on-one call, I'm happy to do that as well. So here is everything recapped one more time, just so you can see it. You can start right now for $550, 2 payments only. When, I know if you need support and you don't want the one-on-one price tag, this is for you. So launchyourpower.com/online-course. Can't wait to start. Okay, thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to if you're watching the recording, I'm going to stop the recording now. But if you're with me live, stick around. I will stick around for a few more questions and do some Q&A. I so appreciate you taking the time to invest in yourself, to want change and to know change is possible, because I truly believe in you. And I just want you to have the life of your dreams because you don't have to live this way any longer. Love you so much. Sending you so much love. Bye.